Good evening and welcome, friends. This Friday evening, and before you get into weekend mode, we thought of bringing you some good stories of the day. We would bring to you stories connected with Pakistan, the mess there, both on the economic front and the social mess on radicalism front. Also stories from the United States and their tiff with China over a balloon, which is said to be a spying balloon. And then, of course, what's happening in India, particularly Assam. But let's first up begin with the headlines. Adani controversy explodes. The Adani Enterprises stock to be dropped from Dow Jones Sustainability Indices.
मध्य वर्ग के लोगों का, करोड़ों भारतवासियों का की बचत इस कंपनियों में लगे हुए हैं, जिसका मार्केट वैल्यू घटा है पिछले 5-6 दिनों में.
16 opposition parties join hands to demand JPC probe into the Adani Hindenburg saga.
This is showing that BBC is completely financially interlocked with China, with the Chinese state.
Mahesh Jethmalani steps up attack on BBC, says finances with China are interlocked. NIA gets threat mail mentioning Taliban and Haqqani network. Investigation launched. Over 1,800 arrested after Assam Chief Minister gives a call for crackdown on child marriages across the state. That's going to be one of our important stories in the bulletin. A US spots alleged Chinese spy balloon. Pentagon probing the incident. What are the satellites doing? All right, suspected members of the Islamic radical outfit Tehreek-e-Labbaik in Pakistan allegedly vandalized and destroyed an Ahmadi mosque in Karachi. According to reports, unidentified men broke the minarets of the mosque in southern area of the financial capital of Pakistan and escaped. Some people wearing helmets were reportedly seen coming with a ladder and went up the mosque and destroyed the minarets. Ostensibly, all this happened in the presence or watchful eyes of the cops. And this is the second such incident in a month after minarets of Ahmadi Jamaat Khata in the same city were demolished. And in fact, in the last 3 months, this is the fifth Ahmadi mosque to be attacked. Ahmadis continue to be the target of extreme radical elements within Pakistani society. And we have seen the Ahmadis targeted, in fact, since the formation of Pakistan. In fact, the first riots and civil strife that happened in Pakistan in 1950s, in fact, happened on the issue of whether Ahmadis can be called Muslims or not. Ironically, Ahmadis is also the community which has given the only Nobel laureate to Pakistan, Abdul Salam. A Kaswar joins us live from Islamabad on this story as we keep you with the pictures from Karachi. Kaswar, if you are getting me, if you can tell us whether the local administration has taken note of this incident, fifth in the last couple of months, and does the government really intend to do something about this very radical targeting of a minority community happening irrespective of whether the Ahmadis are considered Muslims or not, Islamic or not? They are citizens of Pakistan and they should be protected.
Well, regarding your question, the local government in Pakistan, the local government in Karachi, they are keeping mum because they don't have guts to take the bull by the horn, because, you know, the religious organization are too strong in Pakistan. Even the government governments in the federal, cannot dare to stop them as well. And this is what we have seen in the past as well. In 2016, same locality was attacked. In 2018, the same locality was once again attacked. And now in 2023, the same has been repeated. And you have rightly pointed out that the Ahmadi's mosque has come under attack in Wazirabad area of, the Karachi. And the more ironic is the attack was carried out in the presence of police officials. Even they were not official over there, but according to my sources, the police officials were present as the members of this TLP, Tehreek Labab Pakistan, attacked this. And I'm getting from my sources that a couple of days before, the members of Tehreek Labab Pakistan had actually filed a police report asking the police to evacuate the people and raise this mosque to the ground, because Ahmadis are regarded non-Muslim in Pakistan, but yet you have rightly pointed out, if they are not Muslim, they are not regarding as Muslim, but yet they deserve the right to live in Pakistan. But sadly, it was the second incident in last month. But Pakistan's history is filled with such type of attacks, and these attacks, and Ahmadis are not the only minority. Rather, the Hindus, Christians, and other things sadly had been coming under attack across Pakistan, and this is really sad. But let me tell you, regarding your question of one-liner, the local administration is keeping mum. Even they are not speaking to the journalists as well. They even, when I tried to get this confirmation, official confirmation, they told me off the record is correct, but we don't have any official stand. So from this point of view, you can guess how powerful these extremist organizations are here in Pakistan. Even the people, including me, we are not in a position to question them. Over to you.
Kaswar, then we would we will like to understand what makes these radical outfits so strong, because obviously there is someone backing them, and as it happens in Pakistan, you cannot be a force to reckon with unless you are blessed by Para. So is it that Tehreek-e-Labab also has the backing of the army and the deep state?
Well, you have asked a very critical question, but interesting. It is very interesting to ponder when we talk about Tehreek-e-Labab Pakistan. Even in Pakistan, there are a number of people who believe that they are backing by the Pakistan armed forces, but we don't have credible proof of this statement. So pardon me on this question, but exactly, you're right. When such type of extremist organization come into action again and again, so questions are raised. So even not only in India, not only in United States and other parts of the world, even Pakistanis are questioning this type of action by these religious extremist organization as well. So literally, I don't have any credible proof, and I don't want to answer this question as well. You can get my get your answer from my expression as well. Exactly.
Yeah. We understand. You might have somebody knocking at your door if you speak too much about ISI and Para, Kaswar. We don't want to endanger your life. But then it's a sad state of affairs that a community which gave the only Nobel laureate to Pakistan in Abdul Salam, the Ahmadis,
are not you aware about
so viciously being targeted,
and what has been happening what has been happening to the Pakistani journalists in Pakistan?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I am sure you will not. Well, pardon me on this question as well. I think you must save your correspondent in Pakistan.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to there for that question, because we understand the critical situation in Pakistan, and if you speak anything about the deep state, there can be consequences. We absolutely empathize with you, Kaswar, on that note. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the situation in Pakistan, where a community, as I was mentioning, which has given their only Nobel laureate, continues to get viciously targeted by radical Islamist outfits like Tehreek-e-Labab. Not the first time, and this is not going to end. This is not the last time either. And imagine the situation and the thinking of the Pakistani deep state, that on the one hand, they are creating such a mess for themselves. They can't handle their economy. They are living hand to mouth. They are going begging around the world, including to IMF, for seeking sustainability loans, critical survival loans, And on the other, the same Pakistani deep state continues to create trouble for India or intend to create trouble for India. We, of course, are capable enough of responding to the Pakistani agenda and the deep-rooted hatred. But the point is that Pakistan continues to innovate with its toolkit, one of which has been exposed today as well by our correspondent in Jammu, Gursimran. We'll get him live in a while. In fact, this toolkit, which is very detailed, is intended to spread fake narrative and propaganda on social media to commemorate what's called Kashmir Solidarity Day, and that's on February 5, according to this propaganda material prepared by the Pakistani ISI. It has been sent to all Pakistani missions globally, which means that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan is nothing but a handmaiden in the hands of the ISI, a tool in the hands of the ISI, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, unfortunately, is being used to push that fake narrative globally, in fact, which is to be done on February 5th. Their posters, I believe. Let's just try to understand what exactly this is and go to Gursimran for that. Gursimran, good evening, and please tell us, what's this toolkit about? What are the contents? And if you can give viewers a fair idea as to how Pakistan intends to go about it, creating a very false narrative about India, so that we are forewarned about those nefarious designs. Gursimran.
See, Abhishek, we have got access to several of the toolkits that the Pakistan has made, especially for the February 5th. That is the so-called Kashmir Solidarity Day, which Pakistan intend to make a global event by defaming India. What they have done, that we have gotten access to a file, that is a 252 MB file, that is from the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs website. That is a hidden file that was kept on the MOFA website, and it was conveyed to all the missions of the Pakistan globally, except New Delhi, that you have to download this file. This file has the anti-India images. This file has the images of the so-called unrest in Kashmir. They have used the images that were of the past. They have used anti-Indian army posters. They have also used some of the magazine clippings from the Pakistani media only. That was to defame India, and that is to show that Jammu and Kashmir is a highly militarized zone and only atrocities are being committed upon the civilians. These kind of articles are part of that 252 MB file that we have managed to get, and that clearly exposes that how Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs is nothing but a toolkit manufacturer. How a toolkit that is manufactured in Islamabad is sent to all the countries so as to defame, and the clear instructions were given to all the missions of the Pakistan except to the New Delhi, because they knew it that if they sent it to New Delhi, then they will get exposed. But we managed to access this toolkit of the Pakistan, which clearly asked them to circulate this on the social media. So all the Ministry of Foreign Affairs handles that are there, be it in any other country except India, they will be on 5th of February, will be posting these images that we have got access to. Yes.
Gursimran, all right, it's preposterous to even think that if the Pakistani ISI creates a poster maligning Indian Army, India or Indian Army gets maligned. That's a different matter. I think this really shows between the anti-Ahmadiyya violence and the manner in which this toolkit is sought to be pushed, how bereft of any wisdom the Pakistani state is. On that note, we move on and to another story, this time from back home. In fact, all the way from Assam. The state of Assam has started a massive crackdown on child marriage. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has said that the police have already arrested more than 1,800 people violating provisions of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. Remember, it was on January 23 that Himanta had announced that the Assam government will launch a statewide drive against child marriage, booking men marrying girls below 14 years of age under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, POCSO, as well, and those marrying girls aged 14 to 18 under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. Since the announcement, the Assam police registered over 4,000 cases against child marriage across the state, and now action has started. We'll try and connect with Anirudh, our bureau chief in Guwahati, for more details, because remember, a couple of hours back there was also a press conference by the Assam police sharing details, and we'll try to understand what's the objective, how far this exercise is going to go, Is it the end? But before that, let's look at this ground report filed by Anirudh, and then I come back live with him.
Over 1,800 individuals have been arrested in searches of child marriage as directed by the Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. A massive crackdown is on in the state, and so far over 1,800 people have been arrested. And as you can see here, we are right now at the Hatigaon police station, and in Hatigaon police station also 12 number of persons have been arrested so far. It has been learned that around 2 individuals who were nearly caught by the police managed to flee. However, strict instructions have been passed on that no one will be spared, and strict measures are being taken. Apart from several searches of the Child Marriage Prevention Act, searches of Mosque has also been slapped on this individual who were involved in child marriages. The state government has made it very clear that apart from those who had married underage girls, people who abetted that, or those who helped in the child marriages will also be taken into custody, and punitive action will be taken.
All right, that was Anirudh, and he in fact joins us live as well on this report that he has filed and all the action that's taking place in Assam. Anirudh, over to you now. Please explain to us and to the viewers what exactly is the objective of the Himanta government to be doing this, and what is the scale of this action, in the sense that is it going to be a day-long, 2-day-long affair, or is it going to go on for a while? And also, how are they zeroing down on these cases and in which they are filing those FIRs and arresting people? And how far would it go? Would there be cases filed in the courts and then prosecution taking place of these people under those 2 acts, POCSO and the Prevention of Child Marriage Act?
Yes, absolutely. As you have said, apart from the provisions of the Child Marriage Act, Mosque has also been slapped against the offenders. So far, in the last 2 months, as DGP of Assam, GP Singh, while briefing the media, said that it was 2 months back that the Chief Minister gave instruction to the Assam police to study such cases, and when they carried out this massive study, a massive investigation was carried out, and during that it was found that there are at least 4,044 number of cases where child marriage offences have taken place, particularly in the last 2 years alone. And with the help of community members, with the help of the local villagers, the police managed to get all the details of such incidents that have taken place, and subsequently FIRs were registered in the last 36 hours. And yesterday, after Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma sat along with the DGP Assam and had a video conferencing with the SPs of all the 31 districts. He also took a stock of the ground reality, the ground situation. He had also communicated the messages to the deputy district magistrate of all the 31 districts that in any cases, if after the arrest of the husband, or if after the arrest of the prime accused, the women members in the family are left behind alone, then they should be taken care of by the district administration. So all the actions, all the even after the punitive measures which are being taken, all the rehabilitation measures are also being taken by the state government simultaneously. Yes,
right.
Abhishek.
Right, that's a good thing that the government is not just taking punitive measures against the violators, but in fact is going to go ahead with some rehabilitation measures as well for the affected women and those girl children. Sorry, I beg your pardon, girl children. On that note, thank you so much, Aniruddha, for joining us. And I'm told we have to take a short break. We are back on the other side with the story on how the Chinese are spying on the United States with a balloon.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Ahmadi amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Ahmadi University.
विक्टर फोर्स, डेल्टा फोर्स, यूनिफॉर्म फोर्स, इनके नाम के पीछे क्या है सर?
You know, 6 months I went to Chief's office one day. The force headquarters have been sanctioned and we have to give the names. Think of the names today and tomorrow we want the names. I said, sir, जो वैली में है, call it Victor Force. कश्मीर में है, call it Kilo Force. He said, Alpha Bravo Charlie जानता है. मैं कहा, this is all that I can think of the time that you have given me.
You're famous for your dialogues. I'm sure everybody who's seen your films remember the dialogues that you've given us.
I was already established as a star in my way. So Azad Saab told me, I want you in this film. And then he said, it is only a special appearance. You know, I was little bit of conscious of it. ये ना हो कि कल मैं आपकी पिक्चर में guest appearance करूँ, वो भी मुझे कहें तो guest appearance. He says, no, I don't want to know that. You're doing the picture. प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा.
Beginning from 9th February 2023, India will host a bilateral service of the Australia Tour of India 2023. India versus Australia ODI. The first test match between India and Australia will take place in Vidarbha Cricket Association Stadium in Nagpur city. The only tour game, according to Smith, in their previous tour was played on a green top, which did not help the squad prepare for the kind of pitches they went on to face. The last test series won by Australian team in India was nearly 20 years ago. Both teams will be playing 4 test matches in Nagpur, Delhi, Dharamshala and Ahmedabad for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. As the much-awaited 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy starts on 9th, all eyes are back on the pitch. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
क्यों जरूरत पड़ी देश को राष्ट्रीय राइफल्स जैसी फोर्स रेज करने? किसका आइडिया था? क्यों जरूरत पड़ी सर?
There was a necessity to have a force. Our army it was considered is not enough in size. We must have another force. A new force was thought of, that's the Rashtriya Rifle. These battalions were to be given a special task. I'm told that probably this is the biggest counterinsurgency force in the world.
The huge boulders that you see on your screen are the million-year-old Shaligram stones brought straight from Nepal to Ayodhya. Hundreds of devotees gathered in Ayodhya to have a glimpse.
ये जो नेपाल से शालिग्राम आई है शिला, ये मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है. जब भविष्य में मंदिर बनेगा तो मैं फिर से दर्शन करने आऊँगी.
ये एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है हम लोगों के लिए. मैंने जिंदगी में एक आदमी जो अपनी सबसे बड़ी खुशी पाता है वो हम लोगों के लिए सबसे बड़ी खुशी है. हम लोगों ने तुरंत प्रोग्राम बनाया कि हम लोग चलना चाहिए अयोध्या. तो हमारी पूरी टीम के साथ हम लोग बेंगलोर से अयोध्या आए हैं शालिग्राम जी के दर्शन करने, और बहुत बड़ी खुशी की बात है. हमारी ज़िंदगी का सबसे बड़ा जो मकसद था वो पूरा होता हुआ देख रहा हूँ मैं.
Priests and devotees decorated Shaligram with garlands and offered their prayers. Shaligram stone holds a
An as yet suspected Chinese surveillance balloon was spotted in the United States airspace. The Pentagon has decided not to shoot it down as it could cause harm to people on the ground. The discovery of the balloon puts a further strain on the US-China relations because the Pentagon in fact has said that this seems like a Chinese spy balloon. Wonder what the Chinese satellites are doing. Let's look at this report.
A suspected Chinese spy balloon was spotted in the US sky. The US Defense Department said that it's monitoring a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon floating over the northwestern state of Montana. Fighter jets were mobilized, but military leaders advised President Joe Biden against shooting the balloon out, fearing that debris could fall out of the sky. This development comes when Blinken is expected to travel to China next week for a visit. Meanwhile, China said it is looking into reports that a Chinese spy balloon has been flying in the US airspace and urged calm. This new development has certainly ignited a fresh Cold War between the United States and China. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
विक्टर फोर्स, डेल्टा फोर्स, यूनिफॉर्म फोर्स, इनके नाम के पीछे क्या है सर?
You know, 6 months I went to Chief's office one day. The force headquarters have been sanctioned and we have to give the names. Think of the names today and tomorrow we want the names. I said, sir, जो वैली में है, call it Victor Force. कश्मीर में है, call it Kilo Force. He said, Alpha Bravo Charlie जानता है. मैं कहा, this is all that I can think of the time that you have given me.
You're famous for your dialogues. I'm sure everybody who's seen your films remember the dialogues that you've given us.
I was already established as a star in my way. So Azad Saab told me, I want you in this film. And then he said it is only a special appearance. You know, I was little bit of conscious of it. ये ना हो कि कल मैं आपकी पिक्चर में गेस्ट अपीयरेंस करूँ, वो भी मुझे कहें तो गेस्ट अपीयरेंस. He says, no, I don't want to know that. You're doing the picture. प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा.
Beginning from 9th February 2023, India will host a bilateral service of the Australia Tour of India 2023. India versus Australia ODI. The first test match between India and Australia will take place in Vidarbha Cricket Association Stadium in Nagpur city. The only tour game, according to Smith, in their previous tour was played on a green top, which did not help the squad prepare for the kind of pitches they went on to face. The last test series won by Australian team in India was nearly 20 years ago. Both teams will be playing 4 test matches in Nagpur, Delhi, Dharamshala and Ahmedabad for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. As the much-awaited 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy starts on 9th, all eyes are back on the pitch. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
क्यों जरूरत पड़ी देश को राष्ट्र राइफल्स जैसी फोर्स रेज करने? किसका आइडिया था? क्यों जरूरत पड़ी सर?
There was a necessity to have a force. Our army it was considered is not enough in size. We must have another force. A new force was thought of, that's the Rashtriya Rifle. These battalions were to be given a special task. I'm told